If you want to learn Spanish on your own, this video has everything you need, including the best free tools to help you develop each of these skills, para que, sea cual sea tu nivel actual, puedas encontrar el camino hacia la fluidez en español que más te convenga. Core learning. If you're just starting to learn Spanish, or if you feel like you're at the beginner level for whatever reason, it's important that you build a solid understanding of the basics. How to conjugate verbs, how to make sentences, how to ask questions, etc., etc. And to do that, you should use this textbook or this audio platform. Complete Spanish Step by Step is, in my opinion, the best textbook for learners who want to study on their own. It's easy to understand, it's comprehensive, and it includes free audio guides for every lesson. If you're the type of person who likes learning from a textbook, swing by your library and pick up a copy. Language Transfer, on the other hand, is a free audio platform, and it's a great way to learn the basics on the go. This series includes 90 lessons at about 10 minutes each, and each lesson is presented as a conversation between a Spanish teacher and a novice student. It's a bit like listening in on a private class, and it's a great introduction to the language for total beginners. Spanish pronunciation and dialects. Now, depending on where you go in the Spanish-speaking world, there are some variations in vocabulary and pronunciation. For instance, you may already be aware that Castilian Spanish makes use of the apical S sound, as in the word cereza, or in Latin America, cereza. And if you want to learn more about regional differences in Spanish, you can check out this video that compares speakers and dialects from Spain, Mexico, Colombia, and Argentina. That said, if you're just starting to learn the language, it's a good idea to master neutral pronunciation. And this excellent video will help you master every letter and sound in standard Spanish. It's short, it's sweet, and with a little practice, you'll be rolling those R's like a pro in no time. Building vocab. Of course, one of the pillars of learning to speak fluent Spanish is building your vocabulary. So let's talk about how you should do it. We'll start with the tried and true flashcards. As you may know, I'm a big fan of the Anki platform, which is free on your desktop or through your mobile browser. And this series of 5 Anki decks will expand your Spanish vocabulary massively. These decks are all free, they have native audio spoken by a real person, and they each include a staggering 2,000 cards. Now look, I wouldn't recommend using any of these decks until you've got a strong handle on the basics, and that would mean you've either completed the language transfer course or made it to at least chapter 10 in Spanish Step by Step. But if you're past that point and you're a fan of flashcards, by all means, go for it. If your Spanish is at the intermediate level, B1 and up, you can also try using the Toucan extension for Google Chrome. This is a free browser extension that will automatically analyze any web page you're looking at and translate a handful of words into Spanish. It's an interesting system because most of the time you'll be able to figure out what individual words mean just from looking at the English context. But of course, you can also click on a word to get a definition. If you're looking for a more casual, free-form way to boost your vocab, I'd say it's worth trying. Listening resources. If you're learning Spanish solo, listening resources are, in my opinion, the best way to build your skills over time. They'll help you develop an ear for the language, and just as importantly, they'll get you in the habit of expressing yourself like a native. And once you've got that core learning under your belt, podcasts are your best friend. So what should you be listening to? Well, now's the time when you might want to start leaning into a specific dialect of Spanish. They're all mutually intelligible, but maybe you like the sound of a certain dialect, or you're planning to travel to X country, etc., etc. For the sake of this video, I'm going to recommend podcasts largely from either Spain or Mexico. But there are, of course, plenty of other options out there, so if you have any recommendations, please leave a comment and let other viewers know. So at the beginner level, I recommend Coffee Break Spanish and Cuéntame. At this level, the dialect differences are going to be pretty slight. You're not really going to hear a lot of regional slang or idioms, so you should really just pick whichever one you prefer. For low intermediates, I would suggest listening to Español con Juan or How to Spanish. These are both fully Spanish podcasts, but they're specifically designed for learners, so the pace is pretty gentle and the vocabulary is mainstream. Upper intermediate learners can also check out Hoy Hablamos or No Hay Tos, which are similar to the previous offerings, but they're generally a little faster, there's more slang, and the hosts definitely do go off on tangents. Now, once you reach the advanced level, the Spanish language podcast world is truly your oyster. However, I will recommend 3 excellent shows that are all fascinating for different reasons. Number 1 is Radio Ambulante. The host of this show creates short audio documentaries about individuals living all over the Americas. Argentina, Cuba, Colombia, the USA. It's an amazing window into different Latin cultures and a great way to get familiar with various Spanish dialects. Number 2 is Caso 63, which is a Chilean audio drama about, wait for it, time travel. It's very fun to listen to, it's addictive, and if you're at all into sci-fi, you'll love it. And number 3 is Nadie Sabe Nada, and this is an improvised two-man comedy show from Spain. It's pretty advanced, but it'll help you get familiar with more idiomatic expressions and the Spanish sense of humor. Mastering grammar. As I've mentioned in other videos, you don't need to go out of your way to study Spanish grammar. If you consistently use the other resources that I talk about in this video, you'll naturally internalize the various rules and concepts over time. That said, it can obviously be frustrating when a phrase or a sentence just doesn't make sense. And when that happens, you should turn to this video. That's right, this one video covers more or less all of Spanish grammar. Tenses, reflexive verbs, direct and indirect objects, and of course, everyone's favorite, el subjuntivo. Is it the prettiest video on the internet? No, but the explanations are fantastic and streamlined. And if, for whatever reason, you'd prefer to consult a book for your grammar needs, I recommend this one. It's got everything you need and plenty of practice exercises for the grammatical overachiever. TV shows and movies. Can watching TV and movies in Spanish really help you learn the language? Yes, but I wouldn't recommend relying on video content to boost your skills until you reach a relatively advanced level, B2 or above. And the key here is that while you're watching, you should use either no subtitles or Spanish subtitles, not English. At this point, you're ready for immersion and you should be challenging yourself to make consistent progress. So what should you watch? Well, your options are practically limitless, but I do have 3 Netflix recommendations for the undecided. Number 1 is La Casa de Papel, and if you haven't seen this yet, why are you even here? Coolest character in the history of television? Maybe. Number 2, Club de Cuervos. This is a very funny show about a Mexican soccer team. If you're a fan of Ted Lasso, check it out. And finally, number 3, Jugando con Fuego Latino. And this is basically one of those absurd reality shows where they stick a bunch of hot people with zero self-awareness on an island and then roll the cameras. It's pretty entertaining and a great way to get familiar with Spanish slang and everyday language. Speaking skills. What's the best way to improve your Spanish speaking skills? Practice. There are no shortcuts, but there are a handful of ways to get started. Method 1, chatting with AI. If you haven't yet practiced speaking Spanish with ChatGPT, it's worth a try. Download the free app, use the voice-to-text feature, and simply start making conversation. This is a good way to get comfortable making small talk, and you can also ask the system to point out and correct your mistakes. Method 2, video chatting. A much more effective and enjoyable way to boost your language skills is by hiring a private tutor through an online platform like Preply. And if you do a language exchange with someone who's learning English, it's totally free. And finally, method 3, in-person meetups. If you live in the US or a major European city, it's very easy to find in-person Spanish conversation groups. You can use a free site like meetup.com to search for a gathering in your area, and then all you have to do is show up and join the conversation. Reading skills. Learning to read comfortably in Spanish will help you develop a true mastery of the language, and it's a great way to complement your listening practice. If you're at the low intermediate level, I would recommend downloading this free ebook. It's a collection of children's stories that you're probably familiar with, and if you happen to have a Kindle, you can tap on any words you don't know to get an instant definition. Beyond that, you can also check out Paco Ardit's excellent graded readers. These are short Spanish novels that are specifically tailored to learners of a given level, from A1 all the way up to C2. So you can get on that proficiency ladder and just keep climbing. And there you have it, everything you need to learn Spanish efficiently and enjoyably. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And as always, thanks for watching.